This is 34 News Update with Juliana Sams and Eileen Cole with the news, Jenna Natal with arts and entertainment, and Rocco Aloe with sports. And now from Studio B at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, here is Juliana Sams and Eileen Cole.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of 34 News Update. I'm Julie Sams.
And I'm Eileen Cole. Concern for the Needy held a food drive throughout December for students to make donations to the drive, helping the poor over the holidays. During the annual food drive, SCN held a contest which encouraged students to bring in canned and non-perishable goods. The winner of the contest received a breakfast. Mrs. Groach and Mrs. Hoffman's class collected a total of 1,200 items with a class of only 16 students. And Mrs. Jascott's class, although not receiving a breakfast, continued her faithfulness towards SCN, collecting a little over 1,100 items. This year, the school reached its record of collecting 4,600 items, exceeding last year's 1,800 items. Great job to everyone who participated, and hopefully next year will be just as successful. Let's go to On Location with a few members of SCN.
SCN member Jonna Ferrante. So Johnny, can you tell me about the holiday food drives and how all that went?
It went well. Miss Groach, congratulations. She had over 1,600 items, and Miss Jascott came in second.
That's cool. And you're still doing the soup kitchens, right?
Yes, every Monday and Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I take a group to a temple, and we do soup kitchen. It takes about half an hour. We make sandwiches and snacks for all the homeless people.
That's very good. This has been Kate Liacheva, and now back to the studio.
SMAC kicked off its Relay for Life fundraiser this past week with Teacher Sundays. Relay for Life is a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, which will take place in May here at the high school. Relay for Life is the first youth-run charity event held in New Jersey.
On January 9th at Middlesex County College, DECA members participated in a Central Region competition. Congratulations to Mike Hessimer for winning first all-around, Nick Bruno, who won first overall, and the team of Josh Heffler and Mike Satorsky for winning first in the team event. Congratulations to our own Annie Weber and Jack Mead for placing third all-around. All top 16 finishers in each event will compete at the New Jersey State DECA Conference in March.
On Wednesday, SMAC held a fundraiser for Relay for Life called Teacher Sundays. Students of SPFHS had the opportunity to see their favorite or least favorite teachers become Teacher Sundays in this popular fundraiser. We'd like to thank Mr. Sarcona, Ms. Peruta, Mr. Chiarello, Mr. Banghart, and Ms. Klimple for their willingness to participate in this event. Now let's see footage of these Teacher Sundays. Now let's go to Jenna for Arts and Entertainment.
Thanks, Julie. This past week at SPFHS was Talent Week. Students have this week to show how talented they really are. Tuesday was DECA Cooking Eating Contest. This is where students have a chance to eat as many DECA cookies as they can during their lunch periods. Whoever eats the most cookies gets rewarded by a prize. Wednesday was Rap Off, where students compete with each other by rapping. Thursday is Talent Search, where students show off their real talent. Friday is Comedy Central, where students make jokes and be funny. Let's see some footage of the DECA Cooking Eating Contest.
He's got 2. He's got 1 and 5/8. got one. Our witnesses, lunch period, first round is John Duvall.
I think I just lost my appetite for chocolate chip cookies. Open mic night is Friday, January 17th in the cafeteria. Students display their talents by either singing, reading poetry, or playing an instrument. Now let's go to Critics Corner with Nick Bruno.
Hi, this is Nick Bruno with this week's Critics Corner, and I'm here to review the new movie, Made in Manhattan, the Jennifer Lopez flick. Now, this was a movie based on the Cinderella-type theme, where Jennifer Lopez, who plays a poverty-stricken mother of one, and she also works in a hotel. Staying in the hotel is a pretty rich politician who she falls in love with, and through some scheming by the writer, they meet, he thinks she's rich, and then they fall in love. As if we haven't seen that plot enough already. Also, to hurt this movie, Jennifer Lopez was in it. She has to be one of the worst actresses I've ever seen in my entire life. I would rather stare at a brick wall for 2 hours than see this movie again. I wish Sony paid me $8 more just to see this movie, because it sure wasn't worth it. Christopher Hall was also in this movie. He's had a pretty good career up until now. He didn't do too bad. He didn't have too many times to show off his acting skills, but just being in this movie hurt him. Overall, I give this movie a D because it's a plot that's been overused, and Jennifer Lopez is an awful actor. However, she was pretty good in Selena and also the movie she starred in with George Clooney, but ever since then, she's just been going downhill. I gave this movie a D because I want to save my F for the next Jennifer Lopez movie that comes out, because following the trail that she's been leaving, that'll be even worse. This has been Nick Bruno with Critics Corner. Now back to the studio.
I guess Nick didn't like J-Lo Made in Manhattan. Now let's go to Weekend Preview with Nicole and Kate.
Hi, this is Kate Ilyacheva.
And Nicole Zioria.
And this is your Weekend Preview.
This weekend in sports, the boys' basketball team is playing Kearney away on Saturday. And on Friday night at 7 o'clock, the wrestling team has a match against Westfield. So come check out some sports.
If you want to see some movies this weekend, you can go see A Guy Thing starring Julia Stiles, Just Married with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy, and 25th Hour with a pretty much all-star cast. This has been Weekend Preview, and now back to the studio.
Okay. Now let's go to Rocco with sports.
Thanks, Eileen. Coming off of the Union County Relay meet last Monday, the girls' track team is preparing for a busy week ahead of them, with 2 meets in a 4-day span. For more on the story, let's go on location.
Hi, this is Matt Loomis reporting for 34 News. I'm here with a member of the girls' varsity indoor track team, Lauren Parada. So, Lauren, how did your team fare at the Drew Invitational?
Well, I myself was not running, but our distance girls were very strong in their races, and our sprinter girls did very well.
That's excellent. Who are some of the key performers on your team this season so far?
Well, most of our crucial runners have injuries currently, but Jenna Balistieri, myself, Lauren Belford, Lazelko, and a few other people are expected to do very well this season.
What are some upcoming events that you'll be partaking in?
Well, we have Princeton Relays this Saturday, and then we have County Individuals and Group 3 Individuals.
That's excellent. This has been Matt Loomis, and now back to the studio.
The boys' track team has had a fairly successful season thus far. The squad finished 4th at the Union County Relay meet last Wednesday at the Dunn Center in Elizabeth. The 2 top performances came from the distance runners and the throwers. Thanks to Walter Barner, Brian Kopnicki, and Zach McGuire, each running on the distance medley and 4x800 meter relay teams, the boys placed 2nd in each of the events. As for the throwers, Chris Feiner, Sean Doyle, and Anna Mortel combined to throw 136 feet and 1 inch in the team shot put relay to place 1st in the county. Upcoming meets for the squad include the Drew Invitational this Wednesday in Madison, and the first state meet of the season, the Group 3 Relay Championships at Princeton University on Saturday. Coming off of back-to-back dual meets last Thursday and Friday against Union and Pingree respectively, the girls' swim team is preparing for a home meet this Thursday against Bridgewater Raritan. For more on the story, let's go on location.
Hi, this is Nick Bruno reporting for 34 News, and I'm here with Sarah Ginsburg, one of the members of the girls' swim team. So, Sarah, how's the team been doing so far this year?
We have a pretty good team coming back from last year.
Okay, now who are some of the key swimmers?
Some of the key swimmers are Amanda and Pam Cameron. Pam just recovered from an injury, but she came back really strong. Morgan Larkin, Meryl Acuse, Kristen Henkels, Katie Kosnick.
Okay. And now, do you have any big meets coming up?
Counties is on February 1st, I believe, and that's where all the teams in the county compete against each other, so it's real big, and states are coming up soon too.
Now, do you have any predictions for the rest of the season?
The next 3 meets should be pretty easy for us, against Eastside and Kearney and I believe Plainfield, and after that is county, so that's going to be pretty tough. We'll see how we do, and then after that we'll see how we do in states. Hopefully we should go pretty far.
All right. Well, good luck with that. I hope you guys do well. This has been Nick Bruno reporting for 34 News. Now back to the studio.
I'm Rocco Lowy, and that's this week's sports update. Now back to Eileen and Julia with more hard news.
Right. Now let's go to the quote of the week.
Now let's go to weekend weather with meteorologist Matt.
Hi, this is meteorologist Matt, and I'm here on the frozen tundra of Scotch Plains Fanwood High School to bring to you this weekend's weather. On Friday, it will be snowy and frigid with a high of 22 and a low of -2. On Saturday, it will be sunny and crisp with a high of 24 and a low of 17. On Sunday, there will be flurries with a high of 27 and a low of 18. On Monday, it will be cloudy with a high of 37 and a low of 24. Have a lovely holiday weekend.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of 34 News. We'll see you next week.
This has been an SPF ETV production. Channel 34.